In the quiet town of Ravensbrook, a group of 5 friends, Emily, Alex, Sarah, Mark, and Jake, gathered on a stormy night to indulge in an evening of excitement and mystery. Drawn by their fascination with the paranormal, they decided to use an old Ouija board they found in the attic of Emily's house. Little did they know that their curiosity would lead to a chilling encounter with the unknown. As the group gathered around the Ouija board, they placed their trembling hands on the planchette. They hesitated for a moment, but finally, curiosity got the better of them, and they began to ask questions. At first, the planchette moved slowly, spelling out random letters. But as they concentrated harder, the movements became more pronounced, forming coherent words. To their astonishment, the board seemed to connect with a spirit named Amelia, claiming to have lived in Ravensbrook centuries ago. The group was both fascinated and terrified by the contact, but they couldn't resist delving further into the supernatural realm. As they continued to communicate with Amelia, the atmosphere in the room grew colder, and an eerie silence enveloped them. The room's dim lights flickered, casting eerie shadows on the walls. Goosebumps covered their skin, and the once excited chatter now turned to hushed whispers. With each question, Amelia's responses became more sinister. She claimed to have been wronged in the past and now sought revenge. The friends tried to break off the connection, but the planchette moved as if possessed, refusing to let them go. Suddenly, the planchette spelled out a cryptic warning: "Leave or face the curse." Fear gripped their hearts, but curiosity and skepticism kept them glued to the board. Days passed, and strange occurrences plagued the friends. Objects moved on their own, ghostly apparitions appeared in mirrors, and unsettling whispers echoed through their homes. Emily, who had been the most eager to use the Ouija board, suffered the most. Nightmares plagued her sleep, and she woke up with unexplained bruises on her body. Desperate to stop the haunting, they sought help from a local expert in paranormal activities, Professor Lawrence. He warned them of the dangers of tampering with the spirit world and advised them to destroy the Ouija board immediately. However, Amelia was not one to be easily dismissed. She had latched onto their souls, her malevolence growing stronger each day. The friends realized that the only way to break free from the curse was to find out what had angered Amelia in the first place. Researching the town's history, they discovered an unsettling truth. Amelia had been accused of witchcraft during the Salem witch trials and was wrongly executed in Ravensbrook. The group understood that the curse would only end if they righted the wrongs of the past. Determined to lift the curse, the friends performed a seance, reaching out to Amelia to express their remorse for the town's dark past. They pleaded for her forgiveness and vowed to clear her name, hoping to finally find peace for both the living and the dead. As the seance ended, a powerful gust of wind swept through the room, extinguishing the candles. Silence fell, and the room felt still for the first time in weeks. The friends held their breath, unsure if their efforts had worked. In the days that followed, the haunting ceased, and Emily's bruises faded away. The group knew they had succeeded in appeasing Amelia's spirit. However, the experience had changed them forever. They decided to bury the Ouija board in a remote location, hoping to prevent anyone else from facing the same